Hi, the nice folks over at Nikon Middle East have sent me something to test out, and I'm here at the Maliha Archaeological Center in Sharjah, looking forward to showing you what this camera is all about. Let's see what we've got in here. This is the all-new Nikon D6. That is the beast in all its glory. The all-new Nikon D6, Nikon's flagship DSLR. At first glance, the build quality is always just as I expected. It's excellent. It's built like a tank. Coming from a Nikon D4 and even having used the Nikon D5 extensively, the grip feels very comfortable and the D6 feels very sturdy in my hands. I can sense that this is a unit which can take a lot in the field and still deliver the exceptional performance that is expected from it. So I've paired the Nikon D6 to the Nikon 200-400 f4 lens, and we're going to see how the autofocus performance is on this camera. Given that most sporting venues are closed now due to the COVID-19 pandemic, I figured that the best way to test the autofocus solidly was to head out into the desert for some super fast dune bashing here. I've got this set to AF continuous, and the autofocus setting that I have set activates the shutter only when the subject is in perfect focus. Now, normally you would see that cameras drop frames in this setting because they are not able to track the subject fast enough. But with the Nikon D6, for the first time, I'm getting close to 14 frames per second in focus because the autofocus tracking is simply that good. So the other cameras that we had with us out in the field when we were in the desert today were overheating and we had to stop for a while. But this one kept doing what it's meant to do, and that's producing really good quality images. It is an exceptionally good workhorse and I didn't feel it overheating, nor did it slow down in any way possible. So the autofocus has a pretty good improvement over the already good Nikon D5, and the D6 has got 105 selectable focus points. What I especially like about this camera is the inbuilt Wi-Fi. It's not that I'm going to be snapping images and sending them over to my phone to post on social media. Whenever I'm on site at an event, especially at a sporting one, to be able to get the images across to my laptop or even directly to my assigning editor through Wi-Fi at this speed rate is essentially very important. And I'm really glad that I don't have to buy an additional adapter to be able to do this, which is what I had to do on my earlier cameras. And we're still going to have to wait a while before we see some on-field sporting images taken with this by photographers around the world. But I can say that this is ready to capture the action, and I'll be looking forward to using it at events once they start back here.